Good morning and happy Monday, July 18th. Sorry I missed you last week. I was on vacation. Had a good time too. Congratulations to the American League for winning the All-Star game. Congratulations to Colin Markowawa for winning the British Open. And looks like our mask mandate might be coming back. I know it came back in California, so maybe our COVID cases are back on the rise again. But anyway, let's get to today's topic. It's summertime, and like I said, I was on vacation last week, so today's topic is vacationing. Yeah, last week we were in Hawaii, my wife and I, and prices were very expensive. I think I mentioned before used cars. I was accustomed to paying about $450 to $550 for the time we would go to Hawaii and rent a used car. This time it was about $1,800. And yes, I did see a couple people at the resort driving up in U-Haul trucks. So the old saying is, you go to paradise to drive a U-Haul. So let's talk about what it took to get to Hawaii. Hawaii, I had to have the vaccines, 2 vaccines, so I had to have my card showing I was vaccinated. Then I had to have a negative test within 72 hours, I think it was of arrival in Hawaii, which was problematic because we got there on July 5th. But July 2nd, Friday, July 3rd, Saturday, July 4th, Sunday, the places around here weren't open. Everybody was celebrating the July 4th weekend. So how do I get my COVID test done? Well, I got a test done at the urgent care center. So Hawaii is very, very strict about everything. Every place we went, people had on masks. They had signs that saying you can't enter. It's the law. And you know what? I got to be honest with you. People were very pleasant and they were compliant with wearing the mask for COVID. So Mark, what do you do in Hawaii? Well, as I say, when we go to Hawaii, we do absolutely nothing. Nothing. Typical day would have been going and eating breakfast, laying out at the pool, long about 2 o'clock or so, going back, getting cleaned up. After that, going out to eat and walking around, doing a little bit of shopping. Love to shop in Hawaii. That's typically it. Planned on taking doing scuba over there, but I got sick. So I wasn't allowed to do the scubaing because can't clear your ears and whatnot when you go down. So, went to paradise to get sick. Can you believe that? But there was another thing about being in Hawaii. A lot of the tourists were behaving badly. They were parking on people's lawns. They were violating people's property, and that unfortunately was not a good thing. Now, the hotels kept saying that they were at full capacity, but I don't know what full capacity was. I don't know if full capacity was 100% of 100%, if it was 100% of 80%, 100% of 50%. But they were saying that they were at full capacity. What wasn't at full capacity was the services that the hotels were providing because they just didn't have enough people to provide services. And restaurants, boy, your favorite restaurant, you could go there and find that you couldn't get in. The restaurants were at 50% capacity. However, if the restaurant was willing to card everybody with their COVID vaccine, they could go to 100% capacity. But most restaurants said that they weren't going to be the COVID police. So just make sure, for us anyway, we were eating between 4 and 5 our dinner, and we didn't have any problem. But there was one favorite place that we went to. We got there at 4:30, and they said they were closed till 5. We came back at about 5:15, and they said that they were closed for the day. And because we had parked our car not too far from there, as we were walking by there about 8 o'clock at night, they were open. So it was obviously there was a worker shortage in Hawaii. So yes, in Hawaii, I developed a head cold. That brings me to talking about insurance. What happens when you get sick on vacation? Well, most people, their health insurance will cover them for emergency care. But Mark, would you say a head cold's an emergency? No, it wasn't. But I could have gone to the urgent care. They had the Minute Clinic and gotten that taken care of, but I just treated myself with over-the-counter medication. And you might recognize I'm still a little stuffy today. No, What if you get really, really sick and you want to go someplace besides Hawaii? You want to go to Africa, South America, Europe, Asia, some of these exotic vacations. You know what? The MLD agency sells a travels policy. It's from International Medical Group. I recommend it because when you travel, you can go overseas, and the laws might not be reciprocal to the U.S. for health care. So your U.S.-based insurance probably won't pay if they can't get medical records. IMG has an office in every country. They also are better able to deal with currency problems. So if you're going to travel and you're going to go overseas, recognize that you might need a travel policy. Don't hesitate to give me a call at the bottom. Be more than happy to take care of you.
So she's doing